Present naman yung activity na nakalagay po sa ating Module 3, Community Service and Community Immersion. So, let's proceed po sa ating first activity. Go ahead po, presenters.
Activity participants will gain a comprehensive understanding of a specific community, its needs, strengths, and available resources. This activity promotes empathy, cultural sensitivity, and encourages participants to identify potential areas for community engagement and service. So, next slide po. So, in this activity, student will be able to develop a comprehensive understanding of a specific community's needs, strengths, and resources, identify potential areas for community engagement and service, and foster empathy and cultural sensitivity towards the community. Next slide po. So, ang napili po naming barangay is sa Kabanbanan, Barangay Kabanbanan. Next slide. So, sa demographic profile, there are 5,907 total population according sa 2020 census. This presented 13.33% of the total population of Pagsanghan. So, meron ding 1,231 households of an average of 4.38 members per household according sa 2015 census. Next slide. So, population by age group according to 2015 census, the age group with the highest population in Kabanbanan is 5 to 9 with 559 individuals. Conversely, the age group with the lowest population is 80 and over with 50 individuals. So next slide pa.
So meron pong mga types of businesses na makikita po sa Barangay Kabanban. Ang first po is yung Ka-Coffee Brew. Next po. Alberto Heritage Coffee na makikita din po ito sa Barangay Kabanban. Next slide po. Sari-sari store. Sari-sari stores is mga mostly commonly na nakikita po sa sa kahit saan pong barangay. Next po. Next naman po is Marinduque Lechon Manok. Next po. Lastly naman po is Lugaw Kaba. Ang business po na ito is commonly po na meron po sa bahay-bahay o kaya meron din po sa palengke. Next po. Physical infrastructure. So, meron po water supply at saka power supply po ang most commonly na pinagkukunan po na energy ng Barangay Kabanban. Next po. Other sources naman po is a physical infrastructure is sewers and drainage. Next po. Community spaces po na madalas po makita sa barangay is playground and parks po. Next po. Social interaction po na nakikita po sa barangay Kabanban is Zumba po. Yung po yung activity po na inano po ng barangay para po physical active po ang mga tao po sa barangay. Yun lang po.
Ayan, so thank you po sa ating presenter kay Miss Acosta and Miss Bermudo. Thank you for giving us kung sino yung mga taong involved, kung ano yung social interaction, physical infrastructure na makikita natin sa Barangay Kabanbanan, which is yung community na napili natin. So before po we end this presentation, I would like to ask lang po ang reflection kung sino po ang may reflection para sa naging activity natin. Ayan, so proceed po tayo, JC.
So, bale ang reflection ko rito is yung action planning nila, which in kailangan nating identify the potential areas for action wherein mag-intervention tayo. We should also consider how can we contribute to addressing identified needs and challenges while building on the community strengths po.
Ayan, so thank you, Mr. Parala. I think we can now proceed po sa ating next presentation which is about community map. So malalaman natin sa ating mga presenters kung ano nga ba ang geographical ng Barangay Kabanbanan. So proceed po tayo sa presenters.
Hello po, good morning. Rinig po ba ako?
Yes po.
Ayun, so let's talk about naman po about community mapping. First, why is it important po na mag-map tayo sa ating community? Community mapping is essential po para malaman natin yung different locations sa ating community kung saan tayo pwedeng pumunta in case of emergencies po. And also, para malaman natin yung mga resources na available sa ating community or yung mga assets na meron tayo like schools, medical facilities, and many businesses, okay? And in this activity, students will develop spatial awareness, identify key locations within the community, and foster collaboration and communication. This activity, This activity encourages participants to explore their surroundings, conduct research, and create a visual representation that reflects the community's unique characteristics. Next po.
Ito po yung lesson outline para sa activity. At the end of the activity, we will be able to develop spatial awareness and understanding of a specific community. 2. Identify key locations, resources, and services within the community. And lastly, foster collaboration and communication among participants. Next slide po.
Ayan, so habang naglilibot po kami sa Barangay Kabanbanan, we noticed the different landmarks in the barangay such as the school, church, market, health center, and barangay hall. So why is it important po na itong mga landmark na to is malaman natin ang location sa ating mga barangay. So we all know that schools are the essential institution within a community na nagsaserve po ng center ng education and learning ng mga students. Kapag po alam natin yung location kung nasaan yung school, makakatulong po ito para ma-assess yung accessibility ng education for community members. The next one po is the church. Yung church po is hindi lang po siya nagsaserve as a place of worship in a community but also as centers of social activities that sometimes even serve as a providers of social services. And kapag po alam natin yung location ng church, mas makakatulong po ito para maintindihan natin yung religious and social dynamics within the community. The next one is the market. Ang market po is important sa economic ng ating community where goods and services are exchanged. And knowing the location po ng market sa ating community, makakatulong po ito para ma-assess yung accessibility ng mga goods, ng mga pagkain, or ng iba't ibang product, and also identifying the potential opportunities for economic development po ng ating community. Next one po is the health center. Health centers provide essential healthcare services to the community members. Knowing po yung location ng health center is important para naman po ma-assess yung healthcare accessibility ng ating community. The last one po is the barangay hall. Knowing the location of barangay hall is important for accessing local government services. Kunwari po, dito tayo, kapag po alam natin yung location ng barangay hall, mabilis po tayong makakapunta at makakalapit sa mga officials in case po na need po natin ng tulong. Ayun lang po, next one po.
So, makikita po natin sa screen yung top view po nung community po na napili natin, which is Barangay Kabanban. Yun po, yung mga landmarks na na-mention ni Miss Maika po kanina is naka-circle po dito sa map na to. So, ito pong mga places na to, ito po yung Center for Social Gatherings po para sa mga members po ng community na to. And para nun po, yung activity po na isasagawa po is as effective kung dito sa mga places na to isasagawa kasi these places is more accessible po and mas makikita po natin yung impact kapag yung activity na isagawa sa mga places kagaya nito na pinupuntahan po ng mga tao. Community hub po. Thank you po.
Ayan, so thank you po sa mga presenters natin kay Mr. Gambon and Ms. Glorioso sa pagpapakita sorry po, ng mga key locations, landmarks na makikita natin sa Kabanbanan. So now, let's have po kung sino yung magbibigay ng reflection sa naging activity po natin. Proceed po tayo, Ms. Francisco.
So, by this community mapping, malalaman natin kung nasan yung mga places na pwede natin puntahan in case of kailanganin natin sila. And by community mapping, we can also gather wherein pwede tayo mag-plan ng activity kung kailangan man ng community, itong Barangay Kabanbanan, wherein na sa school, kailangan ng community nila sa school nila ng other activities na magkakaroon ng positive impact. So, malalaman natin kung nasan yung location na yon. And by that, pwede tayong pumunta sa barangay hall nila, sa school nila, sa church, and other facilities and infrastructure sa lugar ng Barangay Kabanbanan para mag-proceed tayo ng activity natin or proposal activity natin para maka-help tayo sa community ng Barangay Kabanbanan. Yun lamang po. Thank you.
Ayan, so thank you, Ms. Francisco, for demonstrating kung paano natin may-utilize itong ginawang community map ng presenters. So let us now proceed po sa last part ng ating presentation for the activities of Module 3.
Good morning. Rinig po ako?
Yes po, audible po.
Thank you po. So, for our community needs assessment, so in this activity, we will be gathering the needs and challenges faced by a specific community. So, in this case, Barangay Kabanbanan po ang ating napili. So, dito po, ginagawa po natin ito to analyze and prioritize the needs of the community to come up with solution to address these problems. So, dun po, we will analyze and prioritize the needs. So, and dito rin po natin ginagawa para makagawa po tayo ng potential strategies para ma-address po yung problemang yon. So, sa activity na ito, we will inform future initiatives and interventions that will align with the community's most pressing needs. Next slide. So for our lesson outline, so sa end ng activity na ito, dito natin malalaman ano po yung needs and challenges ng Barangay Kabanbanan. So dito rin po natin malalaman kung paano po natin ipa-prioritize yung needs na ito based on their urgency and impact. And then lastly, we are to develop an understanding dun sa needs for future solutions and initiatives para po dun sa community.
Hello, good morning po. Rinig po ba?
So, the first problem po that we encountered while observing the place po was the improper waste disposal po. So, na-notice po namin yung mga tao po in the community are not practicing po yung responsible waste management po. Next slide po. So, as you can see po sa picture ay yung mga basura po ay nakalagay or nakatambak lang sa gilid ng kalsada. And to address this problem, it is crucial to promote yung proper waste management practices po. This can be done through education and awareness campaigns that emphasize the importance of waste segregation, recycling, and responsible disposal. The community should be educated on the potential environment and health impacts of improper waste disposal and encouraged to take action po. And not only having po yung mga campaigns for the importance of waste management, but also po yung magkaroon tayo ng project po for proper waste disposal containers po. So, imbis po na ganyan po, nakapiled up lang po yung mga basura, mas maganda po na magkaroon tayo ng mga proper containers for the garbage po. Next slide po. So, the second problem po that we encountered while observing the place was yung waste burning po. We noticed that the people in the area were resorting to burning their waste as a means of disposal. Next slide po. This practice po of waste burning has several detrimental effects on both the environment and human health po. So, implementing po yung proper waste disposal practices in this location is essential. So, rather than resorting to burning waste, mas maganda po na mag-recycle po tayo and it is more environmentally friendly po. So, it will be advantageous to establish a program that includes designated bins for recyclable materials. So, yung mga materials po na nag-undergo ng recycling processes is much better po. And yung in case naman po ng mga organic waste po is can be transformed into compost na nagpo-provide po ng valuable resource for enhancing soil fertility. So this way po, yung community is magko-contribute to both waste reduction and sustainable practices that positively impact the environment po. Thank you po.
Next slide po. So, for polluted irrigation, so next slide. So, kung makikita po natin based on sa picture, dark and murky po yung water and naiipon lang po yung kalat doon sa gilid. So, this could contaminate nearby water bodies such as lakes, rivers, and groundwater. So, yung groundwater po, nagsiserve po siya as, pwede po natin siyang pagkunan ng drinking water supplies. So, in this case, it could impact the availability ng clean water for other uses. And then, in order to address this problem, kailangan po nating mag-implement ng appropriate water treatment methods such as physical filtration systems in order to remove the contaminants doon sa irrigation water natin. And then next, we should promote awareness po among the importance ng pagkakaroon ng clean irrigation water and yung potential risk niya if it's not managed properly. So, by making them aware, ano-ano yung mga good agricultural practices, kung paano din mag-conserve ng water, and yung paggamit ng, tamang paggamit ng chemicals as well as their disposal na ginagamit natin sa pagtatanim, we could minimize contamination risk. So, to conclude, kailangan natin malaman ano yung mga impacts ng ginagawa natin sa environment and we should be responsible enough to mitigate its effects since nagbe-benefit din po tayo doon in the long run. So, thank you po.
Ayan, so thank you po sa ating presenters kay Miss kay Ms. Rebecca and Ms. Tanyag. Thank you for informing us and allowing us to dive into kung ano yung talagang needs na kailangan ng Barangay Kabanbanan. So now let us have kung sino po yung may reflection para po sa kakatapos lang natin na presentation. Ayan. So, proceed po tayo, Ms. Paraso.
Yun po, nalaman ko po yung kahalagahan ng pag-identify sa mga pangangailangan ng ating community para ma-solve na rin po yung mga problema, iba't ibang problema sa isang community. Lang.
Ayan, so thank you po once again sa lahat ng nag-present, nagbigay ng reflection as well as nag-participate po sa ang pakikinig ng ating mga presentation. I guess we will end now po sa naging activities ng ating Module 3 Community Service and Community Immersion. So that would be all po. Thank you. Have a nice day, everyone.